ever feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? But what if I told you that your shoulder pain isn't just physical, but is actually deeply connected to hidden emotions and also past trauma? So, today's episode, let's explore the mind body connection, the neuroscience behind chronic stress, and also how our psychological patterns can actually play a very big role in our shoulder tension. And also, if you're new here, a warm welcome to you. My name is Evette Rose, and I look forward to diving into this episode with you today. And remember also to subscribe to my channel, stay up to date, and join me every Wednesday for my free masterclasses at matmasterclass.com. So let's dive straight into the neuroscience of shoulder pain and this very intriguing stress response and how our brain creates pain from stress. You see, our brain and nervous system are designed to prioritize survival. It's not for comfort. So when you're overwhelmed with responsibilities, your body is going to store that stress physically, especially in the shoulders and also the upper back. Now, here is how it happens. You see, we have the amygdala that is now overreactive. That's our brain's fear center. And that normally happens when you take on too much responsibility. Your brain perceives stress as a threat. And your amygdala, the part of your brain that's responsible for detecting danger, actually can now remain overactive. And this is actually keeping you in a state of hypervigilance, always feeling on edge. Now, this causes chronic muscle tension, particularly now in the shoulders, which are now also biologically primed to actually help you to brace yourself during a stressful period. Now, the prefrontal cortex also becomes very decision fatigued. Now, that's when that cortex, that logical decision-making part of our brain, this becomes exhausted, especially when you're constantly trying to meet other people's needs. What should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? Is this wrong? Is this right? You see, this creates decision fatigue, making it so much harder to actually set boundaries and to say no. So over time, this stress actually can start to manifest as shoulder pain, headache, and also fatigue. And the nervous system role in all of this, when we look at our sympathetic nervous system and then the parasympathetic nervous system. So when you're stressed and overburdened, your body's actually stuck in the sympathetic dominant state. That is our fight or flight. And also what happens is the part of our body where we have the trapezius and your deltoid muscle hold tension as a protective mechanism. So now also the shoulders rise and they tighten, stretching blood flow and oxygen as well. And this on top also causes a lot of stiffness, pain, and then also inflammation. And you see, so the bottom line here is chronic emotional stress actually rewires your brain and your body to store tension in your shoulders, making emotional healing crucial for that physical relief. Now, why do you take on more than what you can handle? You see, if you struggle with saying no, then, setting boundaries is going to be a challenge for you, or even asking for help, right? Your psychological patterns here might actually be keeping you trapped in that over-responsible state. Do you have the overgiver syndrome? Do you feel like your value is measured by how much you can do for others? Did you maybe grow up in a household where love was conditional, only given when you work really hard or help others? You see, over time, this conditions your brain to actually equate self-worth with productivity, leading you now to overwork, overextend, and overcommit as well. Fear of letting others down is another very big challenge because many people with chronic shoulder pain, they struggle with perfectionism and people-pleasing as well. They might also fear rejection. So if they stop being, for example, the strong one who takes care of everyone, but what happens? Exhaustion, burnout, and resentment. And unspoken anger and suppressed emotions go hand in hand. That's going to be the next step after that. You see, your shoulders bear the weight of unspoken emotions, particularly resentment and frustration. So expressing your feelings lead to conflict, criticism, rejection in your childhood, if that's what happened, you could have actually learned to suppress them instead. So instead of disappearing, these emotions actually get trapped in your body, leading to chronic muscle tension and also inflammation. Now, did you know that your left shoulder and your right shoulder are going to have very different stories to tell? So let's have a look and see what does it mean if you have left shoulder pain and what is the emotions behind that. First of all, this is our emotional side and also our feminine side. And it's linked also to financial burdens, caretaking responsibilities, and also feeling emotionally drained. So do you feel responsible for your partner's happiness or your coworker's success? Or have you had to make financial sacrifices to support other people? See, the right shoulder now is about leadership and it's also our masculine side as well. And that's very strongly tied to pressure from family, leadership roles, and also the need to please a father figure. So it begs the question, do you feel like you must prove yourself to gain approval? Are you always strong for others but feel unsupported in return? Your shoulder blade is going to have now also a completely different story. This normally begs the question, who is blocking your personal power? Do you feel unsupported in your career, your ambitions, or your personal growth? Is someone in your life, for example, doubting you, controlling you, or making you feel really small? You see, your shoulder blades represent the wings of your power. So, and normally it begs the question, are they being held back by fear? And remember also what I'm touching on today's episode, it scratches the surface of everything else that actually is in this big book called Metaphysical Anatomy of 722 medical ailments and this suppressed emotions behind that. So you can actually find out so much more about shoulder pain, neck pain, the spinal pain. My goodness, I mean, everything is going to be in here. So you can go get your copy at evettebooks.com. So you understand now that unexpressed emotions, they don't just disappear, they actually get stored in the body. And great ways to support you to deal with it is to journal, talk about it, go for therapy, find a healing modality that works for you, like metapsychology coaching, which is one that I designed, or there can be many other healing modalities out there that can resonate with you as well. But either way, your body is telling you that the emotions are stuck and they need to move. And remember, I would love to hear from you in the comments bar. Let us know what your thoughts are. If there's anything that you would like to add or to share, please do. And then also subscribe and stay up to date. And thank you so much for being here with me today. I love you guys. And until next time, be the light that you are. And remember, if you want to learn more about stored emotions in the body and how they can even be hiding behind ailments, tension, pain, negative thoughts, beliefs, any challenges that you're having in your body, there's going to be stored messages. So remember to go grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy. It's a big book of 722 medical ailments and then the emotions that are suppressed behind them as well. You'll be also finding powerful questions in this book that can really truly help you to get started on your healing journey. And you can find your copy at evettebooks.com.